Hey everyone, so I am on another quick break and I wanted to share another quick message with you real quick. So I want to talk to you real quick just about the good thing about failure, because a lot of us have been through a lot of failures in our life, so we feel like because we failed that something is wrong with us, that we'll never get up, that we'll never be able to do any better than what we've done. But there's actually awesomeness in failure. And one of the things that I learned about failure was that failure really taught me how to endure. Because once you try something so many times and you kind of fall or you fail, it's almost like, well, I can't go, it can't get any worse than this. So the best that I could do is to continue trying and succeed at this. So failure really teaches you how to endure, and it teaches you how to persevere, and it also teaches you how to be determined and driven, because nobody likes failure. But if you try something so many times and you keep getting it wrong, it really pushes you to say, okay, I keep getting this wrong. What is it about it that I'm not doing the right way? What can I possibly do better? So it teaches you and it pushes you to do better and be better. So that's one good thing about failure. Failure also gives you extremely thick skin. I know a lot of people that fail and they just fall down and they just quit and give up because they're like, I failed so many times. Y'all forgive me for how I'm chomping on this gum. My wisdom teeth are hurting, and chewing gum is like the only thing that makes that makes them feel better. So I have to bite down really hard on my wisdom teeth with the gum. Anyway, failure, it gives you thick skin because you're not afraid to fall down and dust off and get back up. For example, there are a lot of things in my life that I have tried that I have completely failed at. When I first decided to start my hair business, I was so not good at it. And I'm not even gonna lie, the first few people's hair that I did, I was so mad at myself and I was so frustrated because I was like, I know how to do what I'm doing, but I know that I could do it better. And to me, it was a failure. Now, they might have liked it, but in my eyes, it was a failure because it was like, I know I'm capable of better than this. So what did I do? I kept going. I didn't give up on my dream and say, I didn't go to cosmetology school and I messed up a couple of times, so I can't very well start my own hair business. I said, nope, I'm going to keep going until I get it right. I'm going to keep going until I get that one person and I do their hair and I am satisfied with it. And then I'll keep going and getting better. Failure teaches you how to have tough skin because you don't care about people talking about you. I have had people say so many horrible things about me and just choices that I've made, things I've done in my lifetime. But the amazing thing about failure is that it teaches you how to approve yourself. Failing and falling and getting it wrong really teaches you how to reach deep down and say, you know what, I'm gonna love me regardless, and I might have messed up a couple of times and got this wrong, and I might not have really been able to succeed in this, but I still love me enough to try again. And so many times, to be completely honest, some of the most successful people in the world are some of the most sensitive people in the world because they have not fallen and really learned what truly getting up and standing up on your own is. But when you've failed a couple of times and you know what it means to get back up after you've fallen, you're stronger. You can take it. You can take a lick and keep on ticking. And so if you failed at some things or you're going through something right now and you keep trying it and it's not working out, I encourage you to keep pushing, because one of the most amazing things is that your failure really is what builds your character. Your failure is truly how you become successful because it's your foundation. All the rocks that you've thrown trying to get it right have now settled at the bottom of the lake and created a foundation. Even in the water, even in the midst of the water, every pebble that you've thrown, that you've gotten it wrong, has created. It's all settled at the bottom. It's come together and it's created your foundation. And now I know what success feels like because I really know what it means to have to work from the bottom and to get it wrong so many times and finally get it right. My hair business didn't just take off. Like, I didn't just say, oh, I'm gonna go do hair, I'm gonna go braid, and it just shot off. No, it took me from getting it wrong a couple of times It took me having to take some money off some people's off some people's pay because I knew in my heart that wasn't the best I could do. It took me humbling myself to say, man, I'm so embarrassed right now and I really don't want to try this again, but I also have a dream to do this. So I'm not going to let the fact that I fail keep me discouraged and keep me from pursuing my dream. And so a lot of times what we have to do is we have to say, you know what, okay, what can I do better? What can I do different? How can I be better? When people are handed things, like you see, rich kids, and you think, man, I wish my life was like that. No, you don't, because they don't have the foundation. They were handed everything, and so when they run into a storm or they run into a difficult season, they're not going to know what to do. But if you failed, then you have what am I trying to say? You're edified and you're fortified and you're strong enough to stand on your own 2 feet, because you know what it means to be on your knees and have gotten it wrong, and to have failed. You know what it means to have cried at night because you thought you had it right and you were wrong. You know what it means to have had to encourage yourself when nobody else was encouraging you. You now know how to believe in yourself. You know now how to not let the thoughts and opinions of others waver you in your opinion of yourself. If I had never failed in my life, I promise I wouldn't have had the courage to even pursue my purpose, the purpose that God had called me to. I wouldn't have had the courage to pursue it, because when it gets a little hard, you run from it and you're like, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could do that. I failed so many times that I'm like, I'm not afraid to take a risk. Failure helps you because it makes you unafraid to be bold and to take a risk. Because once you failed, you're like, hey, either I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna get it right, or I'm gonna try it and it's gonna be a no, but at least I stepped out and tried it. And those are the kind of people that God really wants to use. Like Peter was crazy, y'all. Peter had a temper. He was cussing folks out, cutting people's ears off. He was a little crazy. Peter needed some medicine. However, it was his failures and it was his craziness that also made him a water walker, because when Jesus said, Peter, I want you to come out, I want you to step out, he said, I'll do it. I done failed. Like, I'm not scared to take a risk. What's the worst that could possibly happen? I've already betrayed Jesus. I've already done all these different things, and the worst that could happen is that I began to fall into the water, and even then Jesus will save me. Jesus will catch me. And so we've got to understand that our failures grow our faith, our failures grow our confidence, our failures develop our character and our strength, and they are really our foundation so that we learn how to stand. We learn how to continue persevering and striving. We learn how to be diligent. We learn how to be hungry and driven. And then once we get that foundation and we've had enough failures and we know how to really stand up, then we begin to say, you know what? I think I'm going to take this risk. I'm not scared to take this risk because I've already failed before. What's the worst that could happen? Like, there was a risk for me. I've had several risks that I was like, I don't really know if I want to do that. But then I told myself, I'm like, girl, what's the worst that could happen? The worst they could do is tell you no. The worst the job could say is no. The worst that the bank could say is no, and every time that I stepped out and took the risk, I actually ended up being blessed, because my failures gave me the courage and the strength to step out and say the worst that could happen is it could be no. The worst I could do is fail again, and if I fail again, then it taught me a lesson and it's given me the courage to continue moving forward. So if you failed, or you're suffering right now, you're frustrated because you've been failing, or you think that your failures have counted you out, please understand that there are so many good things in your failures. And if you change your perspectives and you begin to look at your failures like your teaching moments in life, then you'll begin to see the positives in your failures, and you'll start to see how they really do make you stronger, and how they really are becoming building blocks and stepping stones on your way to success and breakthrough and blessing. So I just want to encourage you to take everything that you've ever failed at in life, go back and really examine it, see what you learned from it, see what you took from it, see how it really helped you. Your failed relationships, they taught you what not to do in your next one. Your failed attempts, jobs that you've messed up at, they taught you how to be a better person for the future. If you've mismanaged your money before and you've really come up short because of it, it taught you how to better manage for the future. So your failures are always going to be your teaching moments. They're going to be your stepping stones. They're going to be your character builders, and inevitably they're going to be the very things that lead you to your breakthrough.